Hey guys, King of Charmers. Today I'll be your judge, your jury, and your analyst. Now, do you not like an extra large meal? Well, I'm 99% sure that the new upcoming Master Premier Classic Cup, as you see here by the Pokeminers, please give them a follow, is going to be no XLs and no legendaries. So basically, Masters Premier, well, not Ultra, Master Premier Cup. So Master Premier Cup from before XLs were released. For those of you that were really angry and you really liked Master Premier Cup, it broke because of XLs, and because XLs ran rapid across there, it really ruined the meta quite a bit. So it's pretty nice to see that Master Premier Cup is coming back, because basically Master Premier Classic is just Master Premier Cup from before XLs released, like I mentioned. But as you see here, there are going to be some new cups announced for Go Battle League, likely for the next upcoming season, and it's going to have a Master Premier Classic, which is like I said, I'm 99% sure it's going to be no legendaries and no XLs. So that being said, what's the meta going to look like? Let's find out. Alright, so as I always say, please consider contributing at ppoke.com. But because for Master Premier Classic, I actually had to do a custom filter. So since I did all the homework for you, if you've played Master Premier Cup from before XL's released, it's very interesting because some of the new things kind of like entered. For example, if you look at the newer, like in the 2 shield, this is probably subject to change because things will like mix around. But basically Togekiss is still a monster. We already knew that. Togekiss is a powerful lead in the 2 shield. This is the 2 shield scenario, as you see here. So we're doing 2 1s and 0s. As you see in the 2 shield, Togekiss is king, and it just charms everything to death. The Dragonite is still a powerful lead, if you remember from before. Things like Snorlax, Gyarados, Sylveon is surprisingly enters the top just because it has charm. But in my opinion, Togekiss is still better for its ability to, like, don't use Sylveon. If you already have Togekiss for level 40, Togekiss is probably going to work a lot better. Because with Togekiss, you have Flamethrower. And if you are able to Flamethrower like Metagross will go down. So just keep that in mind. But basically, the oldies are still good as new. Well, not really good as new, but Dragon Breath users. Haxorus is still incredibly powerful for those that use Haxorus back in Ultra Premier Cup from before. I mean, not Ultra, Masters Premier Cup. And Snorlax, things like Snorlax, Machamp are still very, very powerful leads. So basically, if you play the old meta is still very prominent. Togekiss, Dragonite, Metagross, Gyarados, etc. Snorlax, those are still going to be incredibly powerful picks for Master Premier Classic and the lead if you have 2 shields. Well, just Charm 2 shield is just basically it. So is Dragon Breath. As you see, this newer mix uses Dragon Tail Dragonite. The interesting thing is, at level 40, Goodra overtakes Dragonite as a top Pokemon. Muddy Water is able to debuff opponents with Power Whip. Power Whip is also able to do a lot of... There's not a lot of popular targets with Power Whip. You could use it against Swampert, because some Swamperts in Master League are still probably going to fly around at level 40. But as you see here, basically Power Up still is able to give you that chance against Gyarados, etc. But most of the time you'll be using Muddy Water, so it's really up to you. Alright, so we did the 2 shield, now we got the 1 shield. And the 1 shield, Dragon Tail Dragonite, is very destructive, so is Dragon Breath users. Basically, fast move damage, you know the drill. But as shields go down, Dragon Tail in this situation goes to town. Togekiss is very strong in the 1 shield, so is Snorlax, of course Machamp, Gyarados, Haxorus. Basically, literally everything from the old Master Premier Cup is still really freaking good, man. Along with that, Garchomp is still so very powerful. Varchomp is was a very popular Master Premier Cup pick back in the day, and a Master Premier Classic is going to be really good. See, I'm getting better at saying that. Master Premier Classic, Master Premier Classic, Master Premier Classic. Literally, it's just Master Premier Cup. You just replace the cup with a classic, you know what I mean? It's like one of those like retro diners you go to, you know, it's like oldies, you know, it's a classic instead of like a cup, which it's kind of dumb. Honestly, I think naming something a cup is dumb. That's just my personal opinion. But as you see, 1 shield doesn't change too much. Basically, just fast move damage, or just it's basically fast move damage, which is why Waterfall Gyarados is the one that takes over, or counter counters, charms, dragon type attack users. And of course, our boy Snorlax is still very, very strong. Alright, when shields are down, which Pokemon goes to town? Haha, see, that rhymes. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Anyways, as you see here, in the closer, Garchomp reigns supreme. So with Earth Power, with the ability to get to its nuke move quicker, because usually in Earth Power you would have Earthquake, but with Earth Power, pretty much the nuke range is just as much or just enough to take out whatever you would need with Earthquake. So Garchomp is the most powerful closer. Along with that, so is Metagross. So Garchomp and Metagross, if you recognize it, were very powerful closers from before. That doesn't change. They're still really good now. Garchomp is arguably better with Earth Power just because, like I said, it costs less energy to get to its nuke move for its Earth move. You can use Sand Tomb. I definitely would consider Earth Power though, just because with Earth Power, you can nuke a lot of Metagross gets nuked, Electivire gets nuked. Along with that, you can replace it with Sand Tomb if you want more bait potential. Either one isn't wrong. Shadow Dragonite is also a very powerful closer with Hurricane or just Dragonite in general. Hurricane gives you that chance to take out Togekiss. That's basically why Dragonite's a good closer. But again, this is subject to flip around. Garchomp will stay at number 1 from what I'm predicting when the official rankings come out. Electivire will also be very high just because, you know, Hadouken! When you shoot something with a giant ball of energy, 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to die unless it resists it, which is the nature of Pokemon Go typings. Anyways, Electivire and Magzone will probably be a lot higher than what it is right now. However, Garchomp and Metagross are still incredibly powerful closers. Other than that, if you've noticed, a lot of things haven't changed from Ultra Premier Cup. Nuke move bonds, but Garchomp is still number 1. For good reason. And with Community Day coming out, I'm pretty sure you have one built or have one ready to be built compared to... So, a lot of you are very much prepared for Master Premier Cup versus Master Premier Classic versus back in the day when we didn't have a Gible Community Day. Other powerful closers include counter users, of course Machamp, Heracross, Mamoswine stampedes through a lot of it just because Powder Snow, Avalanche, and Stone Edge. It gets through its energy, its charge moves really quickly, especially with the Power Snow buff. Excadrill is also incredibly powerful. A lot of you have probably seen Excadrills a lot in Master Premier Cup if you played it before. Now that doesn't change because with Excadrill gives Metagross an extremely hard time. And with Drillrun and Rockslide has a great moveset against other Dragon-type users or just able to finish a lot of different combinations. Other than that, still it remains mostly the same. So if you already have a Master Premier Cup team from before, likely it's going to work for Master Premier Classic. And that's GG's. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, I'm 99% sure that Master Premier Classic is going to be no Legendaries, no XL, so end at level 40. Basically, Master Premier Cup, just a little fancy... you just made the end longer, you know what I mean? But anyways, of course, Master Premier Cup, you know, in anime you have the final boss. In Master League is typically the final boss of Go Battle League, just because it's usually the last cup around, just because of, yeah, level 40 and just maxed out mons. The good thing is if you have a Master Premier Cup team from before, like big core mons like Togekiss, Metagross, Snorlax, Gyarados, etc., those mons are likely going to be very statistically are still going to be very powerful. Some interesting new additions include Goodra, which is probably the only one that I've seen. That or the Dragon Tail Dragonite. So Dragon Tail will have an effect on Master. The new buff will have an effect on Master Premier Cup. So it's really up to you of which one you want to use. Dragon Breath still isn't the wrong thing. Like, Dragon Breath and Dragon Tail can make a difference. Not humongous, but again, statistically, Dragon Tail is still takes over, and if you get a Dragon Tail through fast move, it really sucks to see a 3-turn move go through 1 move for yourself. Especially since they haven't fixed fast moves since, when does Niantic fix things? That's a good question. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This one wasn't very long. That's because since it's very much like Master Premier Cup, there wasn't really many new changes that I could analyze when I looked this up before I made this video. Also, in addition to that, the newer rankings are probably going to reflect a little bit, and who knows, some new Pokemon might come out that will affect the Master League rankings in the future. So, again, I'm going to wait till the official rankings come out, or the official data of what it entails. But I'm pretty sure, like I said, it's going to be no Legendaries, no XLs, max at level 40. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you would do me a huge favor, please like and subscribe. It's totally free. In order to subscribe, all you have to do, I made it easy for you. You just have to go ahead and put your mouse above that. You see that little box on the bottom right that says subscribe? Put it over it, and then the sub tab will easily pop. Then you can either subscribe by clicking on that tab. Really appreciate my subscribers that already subscribed. It's totally free and really helps out the channel. I hope you guys, when the official rankings come out, I will release my top teams and the information when that comes out for next season. Other than that, good luck on your Go Battle League sets, and I will see you guys on the next video.
Ja!